Hi, it's Bill Koenig for Straight Circle Martial Arts, and this is how to force yourself to learn joint locking. The problem with joint locking is we practice it where we grab each other and we joint lock in class from static positions, or we do things like this and we joint lock, which isn't really applicable in the real world generally. One of the biggest problems I find people have joint locking is they use them in the wrong positions. Joint locks work good against people who commit. You know, if they make a long grab, or they take a very long swing, or they stab. They don't do as well against guys who go like this and throw quicker, shorter things. So a lot of times what people do is they practice it statically, and then they spar against people who throw quick, shorter things, and they can't do it because you can't use that against that. It's not really what it's designed for. So in my personal opinion, if you want to make your joint locking more dynamic and play with it, you should add weapons to it. What I like about weapons, when you're practicing this, a lot of times people will come through like they're trying to really put it in you, which is good. So it gives you an opportunity to have that extended arm and work with it. Most people's first instinct when this thing to come in is going to be grab it and joint lock. I see this in a lot of styles. It's very common. But I've practiced this with people who come at me with speed, and I find it's very hard to get a hold of this thing when that guy's flying at you without setting him up first. So to me, when the guy comes in, what I like to do is, as he comes in, I like to hit him right away. Now what you'll notice is as I hit him, my hand just kind of monitors and sits here because I want to feel where that arm is. I have no idea what I'm going to do at this point, and that's good. What I want to do is I want to start playing. So maybe I'll come in and I'll set this a little bit, and then I'll feel the turn, and then I'll take it in. Maybe I'll come this way and I'll hit him. And this will allow this, and maybe I have to touch him a little bit to come into this. So what happens is because I've hit him and I've slowed him down, before he can pull this back, I want to injure him first, and now I can come into this. These joint locks get a little easier to put on because he's slowed down. You know how hard it is to put a joint lock on someone who's going like this or like this? It's almost impossible. You have to injure him or immobilize him before you can actually put it on a little bit. The nice thing about the knife is I always like to get in this habit when I'm doing knife work. When he comes in, is I'll put a hand on it so I know where it is, which allows me to continue to do my normal work where I hit and kick, but somewhere down the line I need to be in a position where I can take this. It's very important that you get used to the idea of studying where this hand is. And once you make this contact, now here's a common problem people have. They come in and they try to grab it when they're doing this. And when we're going really slow, that's great. You know, anyone can do this. But if he picks up the speed, it's very hard to grab that. So what I like to do is stick to it. Make the hit, make sure he doesn't know where he is a little bit, and then you want to learn how to roll. So you roll, and you can set this on. Now, let's say I go to put this on, and he says no. That's okay, look, now I'm going to help it, and then I can put it on. So getting in the habit of not only knowing where it is and then putting it on, sometimes you want to do this when the guy's compliant so you can practice the locks. So he's coming in, right, I do this, and I come into these things, and I practice them all the time. But there's other times he comes in, I hit him, and then I go to put on, he says no, and he resists. So I hit him again. And now I can shake him, or move him, or put him in a position before I can start putting this on. Don't get in the habit of thinking these are always going to go on right away, and he's not going to resist you. Get used to the idea if this comes on, as I hit him, and I go to put this on, he may say no. And at this point, he's strong. But if I convince him to go into a weak position, these get a little easier to put on now because he's so worried about his balance. He's not worried about stabbing me or holding on to that knife. He's trying not to go down. So hook it, feel it, get used to the idea of how do I hook this thing and hit him, put him down. He comes in, I touch it, right? I get used to the idea of, look, my hands came up. It wasn't on purpose, it just did. Now I have this coming in, maybe I have that, and look what comes in. We were just going bare handed, he threw at me. I would hit him and he would probably pull his hand back. And we'd be in this, and this gets very difficult to force yourself to learn these. Whenever you add a weapon, it's very important that you're conscious of it, which gives you the idea all the time, which gives you a great opportunity to work it. One really important thing with this. Don't always initially go right into the joint lock. Go into your work first Do something that slows him down or hurts him a little bit, and then see what you have. Where is this? Where does it come in? Can I get fingers? Can I get a thumb? Can I get a wrist? You know, can I use it? Every time he comes in, you want to stick to this thing and feel where it is. So you can hit it, set it, and then work your way into the lock. Play with it. Get used to hitting things, moving things around, sweeping things down, right? Going into other things. It doesn't matter. Get creative, play. Put on your checklist. Every time I work this work, I should hit, I should kick, I should set, I should joint lock, I should throw. Work all your tools. Don't just work one thing. The more you put together, the better a martial artist you'll be. Don't get focused on just joint locking. Add it all in. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments or questions, and thank you. It helps the channel grow.